At the beginning of the drama, we are introduced to the main female lead, Su Xiao, who is a sweet and energetic girl living in a small rural village called Fire Village. Everyone in the village knows her because she is always running around helping people, like she is the unofficial hero of the town. Whenever someone has a problem, Xiao appears with a smile on her face and somehow finds a solution, almost like a cheerful lifesaver who never gets tired. But even though Xiao always acts happy, her life is actually very difficult. Most of her family has already passed away, and the only relative she has left is her uncle. However, instead of her uncle taking care of her, it is Xiao who takes care of him. She works hard, pays the bills, and handles all the responsibilities of the house as if she were the real adult of the family. Now we see that her uncle works at their small family shop, but honestly, he seems to have a special talent for ruining the business. When Xiao wakes up in the morning, she finds him sleeping peacefully, like life is one long holiday. She immediately starts scolding him and tells him to wake up and go to work. But instead of feeling guilty, her uncle lazily brushes her off and even tries to push all the responsibility onto her shoulders. Then her uncle suddenly challenges Xiao to a game of rock, paper, scissors. The rule is simple. Whoever loses has to deliver the pig for the day. Xiao innocently agrees because she trusts him, but her uncle secretly cheats during the game. As expected, Xiao loses without realizing the trick, and the entire mission falls onto her shoulders. At the same moment, we are introduced to the main male lead, Lin Zhu, who suddenly arrives in the village. He comes in an elegant car, looking handsome and full of presents. Since this is the kind of village where everybody knows everybody, his arrival instantly makes people curious. Everyone starts wondering why someone like him would come to such a quiet countryside place. Soon, we learn that Lin Zhu is hiding a secret. He actually ran away from the city because he was exhausted from his life as a famous actor. He was tired of cameras, fame, and people constantly watching him. So he came to this peaceful village hoping to finally get some rest. But unfortunately for him, the universe decides to test his patience immediately. On the way, his car gets blocked by farm animals standing across the road. Since he cannot move forward, Lin Zhu gets out of the car and starts walking through the fields while listening to music with his earphones on. He looks around at the countryside like someone discovering nature for the very first time. Meanwhile, Xiao notices him walking near the farmland she had just watered. She immediately panics, thinking he is about to step all over the freshly prepared soil and ruin her hard work. So she quickly runs toward him and tries to stop him while demanding an explanation. But Lin Zhu does not even notice her because he is completely lost in his own world with his headphones on. Xiao tries to pull his earphones away so he can hear her, but she accidentally loses balance and falls onto the ground. She becomes furious because not only did she fall, but Lin Zhu barely reacts at all. Instead, he only cares about the broken tape from his headphones, acting as if it is the most important thing in the world. Then Xiao introduces herself properly and demands that he at least show some manners. But Lin Zhu coldly answers her in an arrogant tone, making it clear that he has no interest in talking to her and that she should stop interfering with him. However, Xiao suddenly remembers that she is already late for school, so she immediately runs away like a rocket because her busy life does not stop for anyone, especially not for some rude celebrity hiding in the countryside. In the next scene, we see that when Zhao arrives at school, her bad luck continues. She sees her friend Fang jumping over the school wall in a dramatic and acrobatic way because they are late again. So naturally, Zhao follows him. Apparently, this has become part of their daily routine because their friend Jay, who manages the school assembly, always secretly helps them sneak inside before the teachers notice and start giving punishments and long lectures. When Xiao enters the classroom, the teacher immediately humiliates her because of her terrible grades. She harshly says that Xiao is a failure and that her academic performance is getting worse and worse. Xiao feels extremely embarrassed and tries explaining that she does not even have enough time to study because she spends all day helping people and working non-stop like a machine. But the teacher does not care about her excuses and firmly says that studying is still her responsibility, no matter how hard her life is. Then, right at that moment, Lin Zhu suddenly appears at the classroom door with the energy of a true drama protagonist making a late entrance. The teacher asks him to introduce himself, and he confidently says his name. The moment the girls in the classroom see him, they almost lose their minds because he is unbelievably handsome. The teacher then tells him to take a seat, but unfortunately, the only empty seat available is right beside Xiao. The moment she realizes this, Zhao instantly gets annoyed and loudly complains that she does not want him sitting near her. But the teacher immediately scolds her for causing trouble and forces her to accept it. Zhao becomes even angrier and secretly declares war on him. She makes it very clear that she has no intention of becoming friends with him and promises to make his life miserable whenever possible. But Lin Zhu acts as if she does not even exist, and this only increases Zhao's desire to provoke him. Then Lin Zhu suddenly notices that there is a tiny pig hidden inside Zhao's school bag. Yes, an actual pig. Without hesitation, he opens her bag in front of everyone and exposes the pig to the entire class. The teacher becomes absolutely furious and immediately punishes Zhao. After that, Zhao tries acting innocent while speaking to the teacher, pretending like she did nothing wrong. But Lin Zhu quietly watches her performance from nearby and instantly realizes she is pretending. So he exposes her lie right in front of the teacher, completely destroying her plan. At this point, Zhao completely explodes with anger. She officially declares Lin Zhu her mortal enemy and leaves with Fang and Nian, while dramatically swearing that she will definitely take revenge on him one day. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu remains completely calm and cold, as if all the chaos around him is nothing more than a small breeze. But things get even worse because Lin Zhu secretly contacts the teacher again and reports Zhao and her friends. As punishment, all three of them are forced to do exhausting exercises and apologize in front of the entire classroom until they are completely tired, almost like they just ran a marathon because of their own stubbornness. Later that day, when Zhao finally returns home, she suddenly hears a strange noise coming from inside the house. Immediately, she becomes alert. Since Zhao had already seen her uncle at the shop earlier, she immediately assumes that someone has broken into the house. So she carefully walks inside while staying alert. But when she gets closer, she is completely shocked because the so-called intruder turns out to be Lin Zhu himself. Right then, her uncle appears and casually explains the situation. Apparently, Lin Zhu has rented the downstairs room and will now be living there. The moment Zhao hears this, she completely loses her mind. She instantly tells her uncle to throw Lin Zhu out of the house immediately because of everything that happened between them earlier that day. But then, her uncle quietly mentions the amount of rent Lin Zhu is paying. The second Zhao hears the money amount, her entire personality changes in one blink. She immediately swallows all her pride, forgives everything, and suddenly acts completely fine with Lin Zhu staying there. After all, the rent money is way too important for her to reject. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu does not even bother joining their argument. He simply goes to sleep, although it is obvious that he is not able to rest properly at all. Then we learn more about Lin Zhu's past. He used to be a very famous actor who was on the verge of becoming a huge superstar. But unfortunately, a terrible scandal and an unlucky accident completely destroyed his motivation. After that, he could not continue acting properly anymore, so his entertainment company forced him into a long break and suggested that he travel somewhere peaceful until he recovered mentally. However, life in the countryside is absolutely not peaceful for him. The villagers are incredibly loud, and the village chief keeps waking everyone up with announcements through a microphone for the most random reasons possible, whether it is a missing duck or some completely unnecessary message. On the other side, we see that Zhao also cannot get used to Lin Zhu living in the same house. Every single time she unexpectedly bumps into him, she screams dramatically, turning the entire situation into free entertainment for the whole village. Even during breakfast, she forgets he is staying there, but her uncle forces her to serve food to Lin Zhu as if they are already one happy family. While they are eating, Zhao tells him to eat properly, but Lin Zhu misunderstands everything and thinks she keeps staring at him on purpose. Then Zhao suddenly says that she already knows his secret. The moment Lin Zhu hears this, he instantly panics because he thinks she somehow knows all the details about his scandals from the city. But in reality, Zhao only knows that he used to be famous and ran away from city life. Lin Zhu immediately begs her not to tell anyone, and Zhao confidently promises that she will keep the secret hidden forever, like a secret thrown into the bottom of a well. But barely 5 minutes later, the village chief suddenly announces Lin Zhu's name loudly through the public microphone and tells everyone that the famous actor will now be staying at Fire School. The moment Lin Zhu hears the announcement, he instantly realizes that Zhao exposed everything, so he confronts her angrily. But Zhao gives him a shameless and playful excuse. She jokingly says that maybe she forgot the well did not even have a lid on it. Then she proudly explains that people in her village simply cannot hide secrets from each other. In the next scene, we see that when Lin Zhu arrives at school, chaos immediately begins. All the students surround him asking for autographs because now everyone knows he is a celebrity. Lin Zhu quickly becomes exhausted from the crowd constantly chasing him around, so he makes a deal with the students. He says he will only give autographs if everyone agrees to have dinner at Zhao's house that night. The students become super excited and instantly rush to tell Zhao that they are all coming to invade her house for dinner. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu uses the confusion as the perfect chance to escape. He hides inside the bathroom just so he can finally breathe peacefully for a moment. At the same time, his friend Yue sends him a message asking when he plans to return to the city. But Lin Zhu ignores the message completely, leaving everything uncertain. Meanwhile, Xiao becomes completely exhausted because all her classmates keep following her around as if she has suddenly become Lin Zhu's personal manager. She slowly starts regretting the fact that she exposed his identity in the first place. So she and her friends decide it is finally time to take revenge on Lin Zhu for everything he has done since arriving at the village. Xiao tricks him by pretending she wants to show him the most important and beautiful place in the entire village. Since Lin Zhu is completely lost in the countryside, like a tourist without internet access, he believes her and follows along. But instead of taking him somewhere beautiful, Xiao brings him to a large field filled with elderly women working there. Then she proudly tells the women that Lin Zhu wants to volunteer and help them with their work. Lin Zhu becomes completely shocked. But before he can even refuse, the elderly women immediately force work clothes onto him and order him to start helping right away. Lin Zhu gets furious at Zhao and starts thinking about revenge. However, the older women keep calling him non-stop and do not let him escape even for a second. At this point, even Zhao starts feeling slightly guilty, so she joins the work too. Then their friends discover what is happening and also join in, turning the entire situation into something like a huge community work party. Later, Lin Zhu finally discovers the truth. The work was not actually volunteer work at all. The workers were getting paid, and Zhao had secretly planned everything so she could keep the money for herself. When Lin Zhu confronts her about it, Zhao shamelessly defends herself by saying that she already cooks food for him and lets him stay in the house, so technically he should earn the money for his own meals. Lin Zhu pretends not to care much about the money, but it is obvious that his patience is slowly reaching its limit. Then Zhao crosses the line completely. She starts mocking him and says that he should stop acting superior because she knows he did not leave the entertainment company by choice. According to her, he only disappeared because of the rumors surrounding him. Those words hit Lin Zhu directly on his deepest wound, but Zhao keeps pushing further, even hinting that he is probably scared the villagers will eventually discover that he is not as innocent as he pretends to be. Finally, Lin Zhu can no longer stay silent, so he decides to explain what really happened in the past. Lin Zhu finally explains the truth about his past, and it turns out that he actually did nothing wrong. All the rumors about him were completely false and created by malicious people. He tells Xiao that one day he went to dinner with a female coworker because they were supposed to meet a famous producer. But during the meeting, that producer tried to do something very inappropriate to his coworker. Lin Zhu could not stay quiet after seeing that, so he defended her and publicly exposed the producer right there. However, instead of being praised for doing the right thing, the entire situation backfired on him. Rumors immediately started spreading everywhere, twisting the story completely. After that incident, his life slowly fell apart, and the lies spread faster and faster until his career was destroyed. The moment Xiao hears the full story, she becomes completely shocked. She instantly feels guilty for judging him and pushing him so hard earlier. This time, she sincerely apologizes to him from the bottom of her heart. She admits that he actually did the right thing and promises that from now on, she will respect him properly. For the first time in a long while, Lin Zhu finally feels relieved because someone genuinely believes his side of the story. Feeling comforted by her trust, Lin Zhu calls his manager and tells him that he has no plans to return to the city anymore. He says he wants to stay in the village and start building a completely new life there. That night, Lin Zhu finally sleeps peacefully. But the next morning, he wakes up in absolute shock because Zhao is sleeping right beside him. He immediately realizes that she must have been sleepwalking, so he quickly drags her out of the room and threatens to expose her at school by telling everyone that she sneaked into his room to bother him. Zhao instantly panics and desperately explains that she has a sleepwalking problem that she cannot control at all. Lin Zhu starts feeling slightly bad after hearing that, so he agrees not to tell anyone about it. However, he warns her that she must seriously respect his personal space from now on. Xiao agrees, although in her own weird way, turning the whole thing into some kind of unofficial peace treaty between them. Later, Linzhu's father calls to ask how he is doing. But before Linzhu can properly speak, Xiao grabs the phone and immediately runs around exposing him, loudly telling everyone that he does not study properly and just wastes time all day. Linzhu quickly snatches the phone back from her, completely frustrated. Then Xiao suddenly proposes a deal between them. She says there will be no more tricks or revenge from either side. Linzhu agrees and asks what her conditions are. Xiao says that he has to help her with accounting work, and in return, she will officially introduce him to the villagers so he can fit into the community properly. Linzhu accepts the deal as if it is some silly little game, but surprisingly, he takes the work seriously. Soon, both of them begin carefully writing down all the debts the villagers owe to Xiao and her uncle's shop. At the same time, Linzhu also starts working part-time. He helps deliver drinks and manages the store whenever Xiao's uncle travels away to buy supplies. As they continue working together, they slowly manage to save up a good amount of money. Xiao becomes extremely happy, especially because money is basically her favorite source of motivation. On the other side, we see that Yue calls Linzhu once again and asks him when he plans to return to the city. But this time, Linzhu firmly says that he has already left behind his idle life and wants to focus only on his new peaceful life in the village. Yue laughs and tells him that music is still in his blood and that someday he will definitely return. But Linzhu simply ignores the comment and hangs up. Right then, a little boy suddenly comes running toward them in panic, saying that his grandmother urgently needs help. Linzhu becomes confused and asks who the child is. So Xiao explains that he is Jean's younger brother and also the grandson of Grandma Qin, an elderly woman who is basically like a grandmother to Xiao too. They quickly rush over to see what happened. When they arrive, they discover that Jean no longer wants to tutor her younger brother. The moment Xiao hears this, she instantly sees a business opportunity. Without wasting even 1 second, she suggests that Linzhu should become the boy's tutor for $3. Grandma Qin absolutely loves the idea. Linzhu immediately tries refusing, but Xiao threatens to call his father and expose everything about him again. So he silently accepts defeat, but Xiao does not stop there. She starts advertising Linzhu as a tutor to multiple families in the village, promising everyone that their children will become top students if they study with him. Then she notices his singing talent too, so she drags him toward the elderly village women and basically forces him to perform a small singing show for them, like some unexpected countryside concert. By the end of the day, Xiao talks about splitting the money they earned. Linzhu gets excited like a little child waiting for a reward, but then Xiao only gives him $50 and confidently says that this amount is already more than enough for him. And before he can even celebrate, she tells him to hand the money back so she can use it to buy his breakfast tomorrow morning. Linzhu becomes completely speechless after witnessing her shameless behavior. So this time, he decides to take revenge. He grabs Xiao's notebook and casually throws it into the water as if he were tossing a ball. The moment Xiao sees this, her entire expression changes. Unlike before, she does not scream or create chaos. Instead, she quietly steps away while visibly holding back tears. Later, Linzhu asks her friends why that notebook was so important. That is when he learns the truth. The notebook originally belonged to Xiao's grandmother and was one of the few emotional memories she had left of her. The moment Linzhu hears this, he becomes overwhelmed with guilt and regret because he realizes he deeply hurt her feelings. Later, when he discovers that Xiao has gone fishing to search for the notebook, he immediately goes after her to help. Then he sincerely apologizes to her for what he did. And because Xiao truly has a soft and kind heart, she forgives him surprisingly quickly. After everything that happened between them, Xiao and Linzhu finally agree to stop fighting. Little by little, they become real friends instead of enemies constantly trying to destroy each other's peace. Xiao even invites him to eat grilled fish together. While sitting beside the fire, Xiao slowly opens up about her painful past. She tells Linzhu that after her parents disappeared and never returned, she ended up living with her grandmother and had to work hard almost her entire life. Then later, even her grandmother passed away, leaving her alone with her irresponsible uncle. Instead of her uncle taking care of her like a proper guardian, Xiao became the one taking care of him, almost like she was babysitting a grown man every single day. As Linzhu listens to her story, he starts feeling genuine sympathy for her difficult life. Then Xiao asks him about his hobbies. Linzhu explains that he truly loves music and creating songs. Hearing this, Xiao tells him that the village is actually full of natural sounds, and that if he listens carefully, he can find inspiration everywhere around him. Linzhu decides to try it. So he starts paying attention to the sounds of the river, the wind, the birds, and the insects around the countryside. Slowly, he begins feeling inspiration flowing back into him again. Excitedly, he records the sounds and starts using them to create a melody. The result turns out surprisingly beautiful, and Linzu realizes that Xiao was completely right. After that, he continues recording even more natural sounds with excitement, almost as if he has unlocked an entirely new level of creativity. Once he finishes, Linzu suddenly hears Xiao calling him to join everyone at the beach. He agrees, and the entire group heads there together. At the beach, they spend their time laughing, playing, and enjoying themselves peacefully, while Linzu records beautiful videos of the scenery and sends them to his friend Yue. The moment Yue watches the videos, he is extremely impressed and immediately decides to travel there himself to surprise Linzu. Meanwhile, Xiao is sitting near the shore, casually playing with sand when she notices a handsome young man standing nearby. At first, she does not recognize him, but after taking a closer look, she suddenly realizes that he is Yue, the lead actor from a drama she used to watch. Xiao instantly becomes unbelievably excited. She nervously confirms whether he is really Yue, and he quickly realizes that she recognized him. From that moment on, Xiao becomes his biggest fan. Yue explains that he is filming a video at the beach, which only makes Xiao even more excited, and she begins enthusiastically following him everywhere. She soon brings Yue over to Linzu, and the moment Linzu sees him, he immediately runs over and hugs him warmly like a brother. However, despite the reunion, Linzu does not actually seem happy about Yue suddenly appearing in the village and immediately asks why he came all the way there. Before Yue can answer properly, Xiao grabs him and begins introducing him to all the villagers while loudly announcing that he is a famous celebrity. Later, Yue jokingly tells Linzu that if he had remained in the entertainment industry, he would probably have countless fans by now. Linzu becomes irritated and firmly replies that he is perfectly satisfied living his current life. Meanwhile, Yue quickly notices how much Xiao adores him and starts taking advantage of her admiration by asking for food and special treatment. Xiao happily does everything for him with a huge smile, sticking close to him and treating him like royalty. As this continues, Linzu slowly begins feeling jealous. Ever since Yue arrived, Xiao has been treating Linzu worse than before, constantly teasing him, acting cold toward him, and focusing all her attention on Yue. At one point, Xiao excitedly says she wants to appear in Yue's video as well, but Linzu immediately interrupts and insists on helping Yue with filming himself, essentially pulling him away from Xiao. That night, Yue quietly talks with Linzu and asks about his future plans, while also trying to understand whether he is still emotionally hurt deep inside. Linzu says he feels much better now, but admits that sharing a room with other people still makes him uncomfortable sometimes. Yue then seriously tells him that he has no intention of leaving the village until Linzu agrees to return to the city. However, Linzu refuses once again and remains firm in his decision. The next day, Yue stops pressuring him, packs his belongings, and prepares to leave. Before leaving, he gives Xiao gifts and signed photographs, making her extremely happy. He then quietly asks her to take good care of Linzu. At first, Xiao finds the request strange because Linzu is already an adult, but Yue explains that although Linzu appears strong on the outside, he is actually emotionally fragile and truly needs support. At the time, Xiao does not take his words very seriously, but later she begins thinking deeply about them. One day, she opens Linzu's laptop and notices that his most recent internet search involves a medicine connected to severe sadness and emotional problems. Xiao immediately enters full detective mode. She begins researching symptoms online and even takes a sadness assessment while answering the questions according to what she believes Linzu has been experiencing. The results completely shock her because nearly every symptom seems to match him perfectly. From that moment onward, Xiao becomes much more caring. She starts bringing him food, trying to make him happy, and behaving far more gently than before. Naturally, Linzu becomes suspicious because her sudden personality change feels extremely strange. Instead of telling him the real reason, Xiao secretly tells her friends that she believes Linzu may be going through something emotionally serious. After hearing this, the entire friend group decides to work together to cheer him up. At school, Linzu suddenly finds thoughtful gifts and encouraging messages waiting on his desk as though it were secretly his birthday. Xiao expects him to be happy after seeing all the effort everyone made. Instead, Linzu barely reacts. He coldly says that he does not want those things and simply wishes to be left alone. Hearing this response convinces Xiao even more that his emotional condition is serious. In full panic mode, she immediately calls her uncle and nervously tells him that Lin Zhu might be in danger and could potentially make a terrible decision against himself. Her uncle barely reacts, casually saying that his own life is miserable too before hanging up without much concern. As time passes, Lin Zhu starts coming home later and later, which only increases Zhao's anxiety. One day, she asks her classmates where he disappeared to, and Fang tells her that Lin Zhu went to the rooftop because he wanted some time alone. The moment Zhao hears that, she completely panics. She immediately runs toward the rooftop while imagining the worst possible scenario. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu is simply standing there peacefully when Zhao suddenly bursts in, acting like a bodyguard sent to save his life. Confused by her dramatic behavior, Lin Zhu watches as Zhao accidentally drops her phone. When he picks it up, he notices the depression test she had been filling out entirely based on him. At that moment, Lin Zhu finally understands the misunderstanding. Zhao genuinely believes he is emotionally broken and deeply depressed. Instead of correcting her immediately, he decides to take advantage of the situation. He begins pretending to be exhausted, emotionally drained, and completely unmotivated so that Xiao will continue treating him like royalty. And honestly, Xiao falls for it perfectly. Whenever he asks for anything, she immediately brings it without hesitation. Before long, Lin Zhu becomes far too comfortable with the special treatment and essentially turns Xiao into his personal assistant. It does not stop there either. Lin Zhu drags her friends into the situation as well. Fang and Nian begin taking turns caring for him as if they are members of a 24-hour emotional support team. They bring him food, help him cheat during tests, and stay by his side constantly. Whenever Xiao is busy, Fang and Nian personally escort Lin Zhu home like low-budget bodyguards assigned to protect a celebrity. Eventually, however, Lin Zhu starts feeling suffocated by all the attention. Things become even worse when Fang and Nian literally begin sleeping in his room to keep watch over him. One night, Lin Zhu quietly sneaks outside because he simply wants some peace and quiet. Later, Zhao wakes up and realizes he is missing. Instantly, she enters panic mode again. She wakes Fang and Nian and urgently orders them to find Lin Zhu because she is terrified he might do something dangerous. The three of them rush across the village searching for him as if they are on a life-or-death rescue mission. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu is merely enjoying a peaceful nighttime walk while listening to music and relaxing by himself. Then the situation becomes even crazier. Xiao grabs the village microphone and publicly announces that Lin Zhu has disappeared and must be found immediately. Within minutes, the entire village joins the search as though it were a major rescue operation. Lin Zhu is completely shocked when a huge crowd suddenly rushes toward him from every direction. Startled, he tries to run away, but the villagers quickly catch him, surround him, and drag him back home amid total chaos. Once they arrive, Xiao immediately rushes over to make sure he is okay. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu is internally screaming with frustration, but cannot properly explain himself because everyone keeps talking over him. Eventually, after Xiao calms the villagers and sends them away, Lin Zhu finally gets a chance to speak. He angrily explains that he was never trying to hurt himself and simply wanted to take a peaceful walk. The moment Xiao hears this, she feels extremely guilty. She sincerely apologizes and explains that she truly believed he was going through something emotionally serious and only wanted to help. After hearing her explanation, Lin Zhu gradually softens and forgives her. However, he also tells her that after everything that happened, he has decided to leave the village and travel again. According to him, this time she will not be able to stop him. Later, Lin Zhu goes to the rooftop alone to think. Then Xiao's uncle unexpectedly appears beside him in full village philosopher mode. He asks whether Lin Zhu is truly angry at Xiao or whether something deeper is bothering him. Lin Zhu admits that he forgave her long ago. The uncle then mentions hearing rumors that Lin Zhu plans to leave soon, and Lin Zhu confirms that he is seriously considering it. The uncle gently explains that Xiao only acted that way because she genuinely cared about him and worried about him. He tells Lin Zhu that everyone in the village truly likes him and hopes he will stay. However, he also says that the final decision belongs entirely to Lin Zhu and encourages him to think carefully before leaving. The next morning, Lin Zhu receives another huge surprise. Through the village microphone, Xiao publicly apologizes to him in front of everyone. She sincerely asks for forgiveness and promises that if he decides to stay, she will never interfere in his life dishonestly or do anything without his permission again. Hearing her heartfelt apology deeply touches Lin Zhu. Because of that, he changes his mind and decides to stay in the village a little longer, especially since school exams are approaching. From that point onward, Lin Zhu slowly begins feeling responsible again, almost as though he is finally rediscovering purpose in his life. After school, the group usually eats together at the shop. One day during dinner, Xiao asks Lin Zhu whether anything interesting has happened recently. Lin Zhu happily reveals that he finished writing a song, successfully sold it, and even received payment as a professional music composer. He excitedly explains that he wants to visit the city to buy a few things and meet the person who purchased his song. Then, he invites Xiao to come with him. However, the moment he mentions the city, Xiao immediately refuses. She firmly says that she hates the city and wants nothing to do with it. Naturally, Lin Zhu becomes confused because her reaction seems far too intense. Later, he secretly asks her friends about the reason behind her fear. At first, Fang jokingly claims that Zhao once saw an alien when she was young. However, Jin quickly interrupts and explains the real reason. She reveals that the last time Zhao traveled to the city with her grandmother never returned home. Later, when Zhao traveled there with her parents, they also met a tragic fate, leaving Zhao as the sole survivor. Because of those painful memories, she developed a deep fear of the city. In her mind, every time she goes there, something terrible happens to the people she loves. The moment Lin Zhu hears this, he feels deeply sorry for her. He decides to help her overcome those painful memories, almost like a self-appointed therapist determined to heal her trauma. He talks with Xiao's uncle and explains that he wants to convince her to visit the city again so she can finally create a happy memory there. However, the uncle sighs and says he has already tried countless times, but Xiao is incredibly stubborn and never agrees. Even so, Lin Zhu refuses to give up. Together, he and the uncle secretly come up with a crazy plan. They will take Xiao to the city while she is asleep. The next morning, Zhao suddenly wakes up inside a moving car. Completely confused and terrified, she panics and asks where they are going. But Lin Zhu stays firm and tells her that this time she is definitely going to the city whether she likes it or not. The moment they arrive, Zhao emotionally breaks down. She becomes overwhelmed with fear, convinced that something horrible is about to happen either to her or to Lin Zhu. However, Lin Zhu refuses to let her run back to the village. Instead, he gently guides her around the city little by little, helping her slowly adjust to the environment. First, he takes her to meet the person who bought his song and handles all the important business matters. Then, in order to cheer her up, he brings her to an amusement park. Unfortunately, Zhao is absolutely terrified of heights. So during every single ride, she screams non-stop like her soul is leaving her body, turning the entire amusement park visit into complete chaos. Still, despite all the screaming, the atmosphere slowly becomes lighter and happier. Afterward, Lin Zhu walks around the city streets with her and shows her the beautiful side of urban life too. Little by little, Xiao genuinely starts enjoying the city for the first time in years. Once Lin Zhu notices that she is finally feeling comfortable, the two of them return to the village together. As soon as they arrive back home, Xiao announces that their teacher said the school exams are getting close. According to her, it is finally time for everyone to stop fooling around and study seriously. The entire group agrees. However, when Xiao actually sits down to study, disaster immediately begins. She becomes completely lost while reading her books, looking like the type of student who wants to close the notebook forever and pretend education never existed. When Lin Zhu discovers how badly she is struggling, he decides to help her personally. At first, he assumes she is only weak in mathematics, but after teaching her for a while, he slowly realizes the terrifying truth. Xiao is bad at literally every subject. She genuinely knows almost nothing, so Lin Zhu patiently starts teaching her from the absolute basics, explaining everything slowly, step by step. Surprisingly, little by little, Xiao finally starts understanding things properly for the first time. In return, she becomes his loyal assistant, doing everything he asks without complaining, almost as if she is being paid with emotional salary instead of money. Meanwhile, Lin Zhu secretly becomes very happy because the two of them are growing much closer and starting to feel like true companions. However, deep down, he is still scared to admit that his feelings for her may actually be romantic. One day, while studying together, Lin Zhu becomes exhausted and accidentally falls asleep right there. As Xiao quietly looks at him, she suddenly realizes something strange. He never removes his earphones. Immediately, her curiosity explodes because she starts wondering what kind of music someone listens to even while sleeping. So she carefully leans closer and listens to the earphones. And then she completely freezes. The audio playing is not a song at all. Instead, it is an old recording of her own voice from childhood. In the recording, little Xiao is sweetly promising her childhood friend Shal that one day, when they grow up, she will marry him. And suddenly, everything clicks together inside her mind. Lin Zhu and Shal are the same person. They were childhood friends all along. Back then, Xiao genuinely liked him, and even though she forgot how important that promise truly was, the memory stayed hidden deep inside her heart the entire time. But life separated them years ago. Lin Zhu's father received a better work opportunity, so the family moved away from the village, and the two children completely lost contact with each other. And now, after all these years, fate has reunited them again in the most chaotic way possible, starting with arguments, screaming, and endless fighting instead of romance. The moment Xiao realizes all this, she completely loses her ability to function normally. Her face turns bright red from embarrassment, and she becomes so overwhelmed that she does not even know how to react anymore. And then Xiao realizes something even more shocking. Lin Zhu knew who she was this entire time. He already remembered their childhood connection from the very beginning, yet he pretended not to recognize her at all. In other words, this man had been secretly carrying a giant plot twist in his pocket while she was blindly walking around without any clue. By coincidence, Lin Zhu suddenly wakes up and immediately notices that his earphone is no longer in the right place. The second he realizes this, panic instantly appears on his face because he understands that Zhao heard the recording. Suddenly, the atmosphere becomes unbelievably awkward. Both of them completely freeze in silence while desperately trying to act normal, even though neither of them knows how to breathe properly anymore. And in the end, they both react exactly the way any emotionally overwhelmed human being would. They literally run away from each other like escaping can somehow erase the embarrassment. Xiao quickly locks herself inside her room and immediately calls Jin because if there is one universal rule in dramas, it is that emotional disasters must always be discussed with the best friend first. So Xiao tells Jin everything from beginning to end. The moment Jin hears the full story, she instantly connects all the pieces together and realizes that Lin Zhu is actually the childhood friend Xiao never truly forgot. But Xiao immediately starts pretending to act completely unaffected. She stubbornly insists that she does not like him anymore, almost as if repeating it enough times will magically make it true. Of course, Jin does not believe that nonsense even for 1 second. Instead, she bluntly tells Zhao that it is painfully obvious she still has feelings for him, and that this awkward tension between them will never disappear unless somebody finally becomes honest. Hearing that, Zhao becomes nervous. She admits that she is scared to confess because what if Lin Zhu suddenly starts liking another girl instead? Then, like every emotionally panicking student in existence, she throws studying into the conversation as an excuse to avoid talking about her feelings. So the two girls eventually make a deal together. If Xiao manages to get a good score on her next exam, then on that exact same day, she will finally gather the courage to confess her feelings to Lin Zhu honestly. From that moment onward, Xiao transforms into an absolute studying machine. She works so hard that she starts looking like someone surviving entirely on caffeine, stress, and stubborn determination. But this time she refuses to give up because now she has a goal, emotional drama, and motivation all mixed together. Eventually, the long-awaited mid-year break finally arrives. So Xiao and Lin Zhu decide to spend time together and celebrate peacefully. But right when they are about to leave, chaos suddenly appears in human form. Yue arrives in front of them together with Yunji, who is very clearly interested in Lin Zhu. The moment they appear, the atmosphere immediately changes like somebody pressed the Start Chaos button. Xiao instantly recognizes Yue and becomes super excited because she is still a huge fan of his. However, Lin Zhu does not react to Yue's arrival with the same happiness at all. Instead, he immediately asks why Yue suddenly came there again. Yue casually explains that he just came because of the vacation break, acting like it was no big deal at all. Then he immediately pulls Xiao closer and starts spending time with her. Meanwhile, Yunji attempts to get closer to Lin Zhu too, but Lin Zhu treats her with complete coldness and distance, almost like his heart has permanently switched to airplane mode. Naturally, Yunji becomes annoyed by his attitude, but Lin Zhu still refuses to soften toward her. Later, Zhao calls the rest of their friends, and the whole group decides to hang out together since Yue is visiting. Even then, Yunji keeps trying to create opportunities opportunities to get closer to Lin Zhu, while Lin Zhu continues acting emotionally unavailable like a professional expert. Then, Jin suddenly suggests visiting the village's famous haunted house, which supposedly grants wishes to anyone brave enough to enter. The group splits into smaller teams, and by coincidence, Lin Zhu ends up paired together with Xiao. Inside the haunted house, the two spend time together surrounded by darkness, nervous laughter, and suspense. The atmosphere between them becomes incredibly tense in that romantic drama kind of way, where nobody says anything directly, yet everything somehow feels emotionally loaded. Later that night, Xiao returns home only to receive another unexpected surprise. Her teacher is waiting there. At first, Xiao immediately assumes that exam results somehow appeared early, but very quickly she realizes the truth. The teacher is actually interested in her uncle. Xiao becomes completely shocked and starts questioning the teacher's choice with such brutally honest sincerity that the entire conversation almost deserves to become legendary village history. Naturally, her uncle becomes offended immediately. The whole situation then turns hilariously chaotic because Zhao enters full matchmaking mode without any filter at all, practically trying to push the teacher and her uncle together like she is solving some kind of complicated logistical problem. Meanwhile, Yue takes advantage of the chaos and quietly asks Lin Zhu to talk privately. And of course, Jin secretly follows them too in full professional curiosity mode, because in friendships like theirs, half-finished information is completely unacceptable. Then Yue finally reveals the real reason he came to the village. He hands Lin Zhu a special invitation and explains that a huge entertainment program will begin soon. According to Yu, if Lin Zhu joins the show, he could finally become a true idol singer. Not only that, but he could also leave behind the old entertainment company that never appreciated him properly. He could receive better treatment, grow his career, travel the world, and potentially become an extremely successful musician. Hearing all this, Lin Zhu becomes deeply conflicted. On one side, there is his lifelong dream: music, performing on stage, and finally getting a real opportunity to shine. But on the other side, there is the peaceful village, his friends, and most importantly, Xiao, who has quietly become the emotional center of his entire life. For the first time in a while, Lin Zhu genuinely does not know what choice to make, and the pressure slowly starts weighing heavily on him. The next day, Yunji tries convincing Lin Zhu again, reminding him that this opportunity is incredibly important. Lin Zhu admits that he has become very comfortable living in the village, but he says he will still think carefully about everything. Then Yunji suddenly becomes honest and directly confesses that she likes him. However, Lin Zhu gently but firmly explains that he does not feel the same way because his heart already belongs to someone else. At first, he expects Yunji to become emotional or create drama, but surprisingly, she reacts very maturely. She calmly says that she already knew his feelings were directed toward Xiao. Then she even advises him to confess his feelings before it becomes too late. Later, Yunji speaks privately with Yue, and together they decide to return to the city. Before leaving, Yunji quietly says something mysterious to Xiao. She tells her that there is someone very close to her who deeply likes her, but simply does not know how to express those feelings properly. The moment Lin Zhu hears this, he internally panics because he thinks Yunji is about to expose everything directly. But Yunji reassures him that she will stay quiet and allow him to confess properly whenever he gathers enough courage. When the group finally returns home, another emotional disaster suddenly appears, except this time it is the painful adult life kind of problem. The village chief arrives to confront Xiao's uncle because apparently he borrowed money and never paid it back. Some people even suggest selling the family car or the shop itself to cover the debt. The moment Zhao hears this, she becomes furious. She absolutely refuses to lose the shop left behind by her grandmother, and she also refuses to give up the car they use for work. Immediately, she grabs the keys, locks everything up, and throws her uncle out of the house completely. At this point, the uncle officially becomes homeless because nobody in the village really wants to take responsibility for him. However, every time he wanders nearby, Grandma Kim starts feeling sorry for him and secretly lets him stay at her house. She even feeds him and casually mentions that a suspicious man has been wandering around the village recently. Then she offers him lemonade. Unfortunately, the uncle drinks way too much and ends up completely dizzy. When Lin Zhu sees all this, he starts feeling bad for him. So later, Lin Zhu secretly helps the uncle sneak back into the house through the back entrance, like they are carrying out some 5th grade level secret mission. But the next morning, Zhao discovers everything. This time, she decides to teach her uncle a serious lesson. She throws all his personal belongings outside and makes it very clear that he cannot simply walk back into the house as if nothing happened. Then she goes even further and decides to sleep inside the shop herself, just to prevent him from getting close to the property. Linzu tries convincing her to understand her uncle's side too. He explains that despite all his flaws, the uncle still deserves some compassion, and that he originally borrowed the money to support the shop during difficult times. But Zhao refuses to change her mind. She stubbornly insists that she will never sell anything her grandmother left behind. Eventually, Linzu loses patience. He angrily calls her selfish and says that she only thinks about herself while her uncle could end up abandoned with nowhere to go. Naturally, Zhao becomes furious after hearing this. She tells him to stop interfering, and the two of them begin arguing intensely, to the point where they sound like a married couple fighting over shared bills, even though they are not even officially together. Their friends try calming Zhao down by explaining that her uncle is not actually dangerous, but she becomes so stubborn and frustrated that she even distances herself from them too. However, things suddenly become genuinely dangerous. Late at night, Zhao hears strange noises coming from outside the shop. When she goes to investigate, she discovers the suspicious man from earlier trying to seriously damage the store and destroy property. Zhao quickly rushes over to stop him, but the man suddenly attacks her. The situation immediately turns terrifying. At that exact moment, Lin Zhu arrives and runs in to help her. Then, during the chaos, Zhao's uncle suddenly appears too. Without hesitation, he jumps in front of them and takes the impact himself, protecting both Lin Zhu and Zhao. Eventually, the villagers manage to restrain the dangerous man, and the village authorities take him away. Afterward, even the village chief personally thanks the uncle for his bravery. Seeing everything her uncle did for her, Zhao becomes overwhelmed with guilt. She finally realizes that despite all his flaws and mistakes, her uncle was still willing to risk himself to protect her. So in the end, she decides to truly forgive him and support him sincerely again. The uncle becomes extremely happy and promises that this time he will work seriously to rebuild their lives properly. Eventually, they decide to sell the shop and finally pay off all their debts. And surprisingly, Xiao no longer obsesses over losing the business, because for her, the most important thing is not the shop itself anymore. What truly matters to her now is having both her uncle and Lin Zhu beside her. So the three of them begin living together again like before, becoming that same chaotic but loving little family once more. Now that things have finally become calmer again, Zhao asks Fang and Nian to help her deliver vegetables around the village. But of course, peace never lasts long in this drama. Suddenly, Jin's little brother appears in a hurry, saying that he urgently needs to talk to Nian. The moment Nian hears the news, his entire soul almost leaves his body. Apparently, another man is planning to ask Jin for marriage, and because Nian genuinely likes Jin, he instantly enters full emotional panic mode. Completely desperate, he runs to Lin Zhu and Zhao for help. Naturally, the two of them tell him the painful truth he was avoiding. If he truly loves Jin, then he needs to confess his feelings immediately before someone else takes her away. But poor Nian has absolutely no idea how to confess properly. So this leads to the most low-budget emotional training session imaginable. Zhao and Lin Zhu start teaching him how to stand confidently, speak properly, breathe normally, and most importantly, how not to completely freeze while confessing. However, during all the practice acting, Lin Zhu accidentally gets a little too close to Zhao, and because Zhao now knows the truth about their childhood connection, her heart immediately starts malfunctioning. The atmosphere suddenly becomes awkward between them again. So both of them quickly pretend nothing happened and immediately return to coaching Nian like professional romance trainers. Later, when Nian sees Jin together with the other guy, he finally gathers courage. He follows her, grabs her hand dramatically, and takes her all the way to the fields. There, while practically fighting for his life emotionally, Nian blurts out his confession in the most desperate way possible. Unfortunately, Jin gently tells him that she does not see him romantically. The moment he hears that, Nian completely breaks down crying like the universe itself personally betrayed him. At the same time, Xiao suddenly discovers that somebody created an online account and uploaded old childhood photos of her. At first, she becomes furious because she assumes someone is trying to embarrass her publicly. However, after carefully looking at the account name, she notices certain numbers that feel familiar and quickly connects the dots. The person behind the account is Lin Zhu. Immediately, she confronts him angrily without even listening to his explanation and storms away upset. Lin Zhu tries to stop her and explain himself, but Xiao refuses to listen in that moment. Meanwhile, Linzu later goes to check on Nian and finds him emotionally destroyed after the rejection. Nian dramatically says that everything is ruined forever, and somehow blames both Linzu and Xiao for his failed confession, like they secretly sabotaged his entire love life. Linzu tries comforting him, while also admitting that his own situation with Xiao has become a complete mess too. Then Fong jokingly says that life is much more peaceful without girls around, acting like some wise chaos philosopher. But despite everything, Linzu refuses to give up on Xiao. Eventually, he decides to honestly explain the truth to her. The account was never created to embarrass her. He made it because he wanted a place to safely store all the precious memories from their childhood together, almost like a personal emotional archive. Meanwhile, before hearing the full explanation, Xiao secretly opens the account again and starts looking through the photos more carefully. Without even realizing it, she accidentally likes one of the pictures while staring at their old memories. When Linzu notices that she viewed the account, he gently apologizes and carefully explains everything to her. He tells her that he never wanted to upset her. He only wanted to protect the memories they once shared. After finally understanding his true intentions, Zhao forgives him. And just like that, the awkward tension between them slowly disappears again. Later, while talking together peacefully, Linzu sends Zhao a song he has been secretly composing. The moment she listens to it, she becomes completely enchanted. Her heart starts racing uncontrollably, and deep down she realizes something important. She still loves him. But at the same time, fear begins growing inside her too. She becomes terrified of confessing her feelings, getting rejected, and ending up emotionally shattered. So instead of admitting the truth, she starts avoiding the topic completely, even though she loves spending time with him. Meanwhile, Linzu keeps trying to get closer to her. Eventually, he gathers enough courage to invite her on a proper date. For the occasion, Xiao carefully dresses up beautifully, looking completely different from her usual practical everyday appearance. Linzu takes her out to the fields, and the two quietly spend time together listening to music and enjoying each other's company. The atmosphere between them becomes so soft and emotional that it almost feels like the entire world muted itself just to leave the two of them alone together. But the peaceful moment does not last forever. When they return home, heartbreaking news suddenly arrives. Grandma Kim has passed away. The entire village becomes devastated. Everyone attends her farewell ceremony, and each person deals with the grief in their own way. During this difficult time, Nian stays beside Jin constantly and supports her emotionally. As days pass, Jin slowly begins developing feelings for him too. Eventually, she tells Nian that after they graduate and enter university, she is willing to give their relationship a real chance. The moment Nian hears this, he becomes unbelievably happy, almost painfully happy for anyone watching without romance in their own life. Meanwhile, Linzu starts focusing seriously on both studying and composing music, because he is now fully determined to become a singer. Then one day, he receives a message from his father saying that he plans to visit the village soon. Linzu becomes excited. However, when his father arrives, he brings heavy pressure along with him. He firmly tells Linzu that it is time to leave the village and return to the city. Naturally, Linzu does not accept this easily. He explains that he is genuinely happy living in the village now, but his father keeps insisting and even threatens to cut ties with him if he refuses to return. The moment Xiao hears this, she becomes furious. She openly says that she does not want Linzu to leave the village at all. Her uncle tries calming her down, but once Xiao enters full storm mode emotionally, absolutely nobody can stop her. Eventually, Xiao directly talks with Linzu's father herself. She passionately defends Linzu, saying that he is smart, talented, loves music deeply, and does not need to abandon the village to have a successful future. She even promises to personally help him study and improve his grades if necessary, almost like volunteering to become his private teacher just to keep him close. Linzu's father quickly realizes that Xiao genuinely loves and cares about his son. Still, he explains that he only wants the best future possible for Linzu. He wants Linzu to attend a good university, grow properly, and build a successful life. Finally, he makes a promise. After 1 year, once Linzu finishes his studies and achieves what he needs to achieve, he will personally bring him back to the village again. Xiao slowly starts believing Linzu's father and finally accepts his decision, even though it hurts her deeply inside. The next day, Linzu and his father go out together to talk privately. His father honestly explains that he is afraid for his son's future and simply wants to see him succeed in life. He even gives money to Xiao and her uncle so they can reopen the shop and live more safely without constantly struggling financially. Later, Xiao talks privately with Lin Zhu. She jokingly tells him that once he returns to the city, his peaceful village life is officially over, because now he will have to study hard while also working seriously. Even so, despite how much it hurts her, she still tells him that he should go, and while holding back tears, she promises that she will wait for him. Deep down, Zhao desperately does not want him to leave, but at the same time, she understands that this opportunity may truly be important for his future. Later, after finishing some deliveries, Zhao goes searching for Lin Zhu, but when she arrives, she hears that he already left together with his father. The moment she hears that, her heart completely breaks. However, just as she starts emotionally collapsing, Lin Zhu suddenly appears in front of her laughing. It turns out the entire thing was just a prank to see her reaction. Naturally, Zhao becomes furious and scolds him aggressively because she almost had a complete emotional breakdown from stress. Lin Zhu quickly apologizes and then takes her out for one final date before leaving. Later that night, when Lin Zhu returns home, he finds his father preparing dinner. Then Lin Zhu gathers all his friends together and the group eats together like it is their official farewell party. During dinner, Lin Zhu sincerely asks everyone to take care of Zhao while he is away, because according to him, she is too innocent and easily fooled by people. Naturally, the entire group promises to protect her properly. Afterward, Lin Zhu secretly meets Zhao one more time. There, he plays the songs he composed inspired by her, and finally decides to place his heart completely on the table. At last, he openly confesses that he truly likes her, and for the first time, Zhao honestly admits that she likes him too. Then Lin Zhu explains that he really is leaving with his father. Hearing this, Zhao gives him a small present and asks him not to forget about her while he is gone. Lin Zhu smiles and promises that he will keep calling her constantly just to annoy her and remind her of his existence in his usual teasing way. Before leaving, he also encourages her to study seriously because he genuinely believes she can enter a good university. The next morning, Lin Zhu packs his belongings and finally leaves the village. Xiao cries during the farewell, while Lin Zhu also struggles emotionally because a huge part of him wants to stay behind with her. But in the end, he still leaves. After Lin Zhu goes away, Xiao makes a strong promise to herself. She decides that she will get the highest grades possible, and when she succeeds, Lin Zhu will return and the two of them will finally stay together properly. Everyone around her supports this goal. Even her teacher personally offers to help her study and review lessons. As time passes, the exam season finally arrives, and surprisingly, Xiao performs incredibly well, studying harder than anyone expected. However, after around 2 months, Lin Zhu suddenly stops sending messages. Naturally, Xiao becomes heartbroken and starts overthinking. She worries that maybe he met another girl in the city and slowly forgot about her. But Jin comforts her and explains that real feelings do not disappear that easily without reason. Eventually, graduation day finally arrives. The group successfully enters good universities together. Then, in front of everyone, Nian dramatically confesses to Jin once again, and this time she finally accepts him because they will both attend the same university. Xiao feels genuinely happy for them, but at the same time she cannot stop feeling the emptiness of Lin Zhu not being there beside her. Later, while celebrating together, the group suddenly decides to do something completely reckless for old time's sake. They sneak into the school at night, jump over the walls, and run around the hallways and classrooms laughing together like they are trying to create one final, unforgettable memory before adulthood begins. But while they are fooling around, they suddenly hear strange noises and immediately panic. Nian grabs Jin and runs away, while Fang runs together with Xiao. However, during the chaos, Xiao notices a strange light coming from one of the classrooms. Curious, she slowly approaches it. When she enters the room, she freezes in shock. The classroom is filled with lights and covered with photos of her and all their friends together. At first, Xiao assumes Fang prepared everything, but then she notices somebody quietly standing there. It is Lin Zhu. He reveals that he secretly planned the entire surprise to celebrate both her birthday and her successful acceptance into university. Xiao becomes completely speechless. Then she asks how he even remembered her birthday date. That is when she discovers the truth. Lin Zhu always remembered, and together with their friends, he carefully prepared everything in secret. Still emotional, Zhao then asks the question that hurt her for the last 2 months. Why did he suddenly disappear without sending messages? Lin Zhu finally explains that his father placed heavy pressure on him, forcing him to focus completely on studying and his future goals. According to him, he worked extremely hard and successfully entered the university he wanted. And now that he fulfilled that responsibility, it is finally time for him to chase his real dream properly. Then Linzu once again honestly confesses his feelings for Zhao. This time, he makes it clear that he wants them to officially be together. He promises that from now on, he will never abandon her again, and that the two of them will face whatever comes in life side by side. The friends all celebrate happily together, and the entire group promises that no matter what happens in the future, they will always remain together as lifelong friends, in that emotional drama way that somehow stays in your heart forever. And with that, the story finally completes its circle. Two people who had unknowingly searched for each other since childhood finally reunite at the right time, in the most unexpected place possible, surrounded by embarrassment, laughter, music, chaos, and promises that at last find their true meaning.